Welcome to Hush. We've been talking about inclusion, or I've been talking about inclusion, just a few short videos. And today I was thinking about differences and how it's so easy to use differences to completely write off somebody else's advice. You haven't been what I've been through. Now, very often this is true. We get a lot of unsolicited advice, and if somebody is not discerning, they're not gonna give great advice, and it happens all the time, right? They just go based on their perception and how they see the world, and that works for them, and that's great, and it may not work for you. But I've also experienced where I've really strongly tried to find any difference in somebody else's story so that I wouldn't have to take their advice. Ways to stay stuck. Look for differences instead of similarities. Usually at the basis of a situation, if somebody's connecting with it, there is some kind of core similarity or sameness between two situations. And of course, all the circumstances around that might look very different. But that doesn't mean that somebody else can't truly understand what you're going through. Something that I've been doing, which if you watch this channel, you know, is reading my journal blogs from last year. And I've talked about it a couple of times, mentioned it, how interesting it's been for me to go back while still in the midst of a really serious custody battle, to go back and look at writings that I wrote during the most traumatic, the most painful time of my life. And what it's done for me is it's actually helped me to heal in real time while I'm still in the midst of it. Yes, working through that and staying in it and not running from it gave me a strength that allowed me to even go back and reflect. I'm not sure the person I was last year would have been able to go back and read those writings and sit with the pain that I was in during that time. But I've been able to do that, and it's been so good for me. I have been able to read my own writings and be inspired and strengthened by my own words in the season that I'm in now. And to know that that was me and my words and my thoughts in a time that was so much more painful than even today is, has just been an incredible journey for me. And I truly believe is strengthening me tenfold at this time. I've been feeling and touching some really deep emotions. My 11-year-old still hasn't been living with me since February 14th, despite a court order that orders him to be with me half the time, with a parenting schedule on the court order signed by a judge. And, you know, some days I can just keep going. Some days I don't feel it. I never stop thinking about him, but some days I don't feel it. And then these other times, something reminds me of him, something strikes me, and the pain wells up, and I realize how much I'm actually hurting. And it's not that that pain goes away. It's not that I forget about it. It's just that in order to function, in order to be who I need to be for him, for when he returns, to be the mom that he's going to return to, despite whatever tactics have been used to keep him from me, I need to be the person I'm becoming by getting up every day and living life and still doing fun things alone and with my other children and just seeing the light in the world and not hiding from the light despite the darkness in front of me. I choose to see all the light today. And a change in perception like that it can only be life changing. So here I am just sitting here talking about it. The whole point of differences is I was thinking about right before I got on here how much my writings have meant to me a year later and my desire for my writings to also inspire and help others. And the thought hit me, oh, they're going to see the differences. Oh, unless they know my story, they're not going to know that I've felt the deepest wells of pain that a human can feel and I've lived through it. They're not going to understand that I can understand their pain. And I was inspired to get on here and say, let's not look for differences. Let's look for similarities. We're human. We go through some deeply painful times in life. And if you're in one of those times or you've been in one, and then read some of the things that I've written through my darkest times, and then see where I'm at today. And I say a prayer that they can be an inspiration, that despite how much pain we're going through, that when we dig down deep, when we choose to keep going, when we dedicate ourselves to become a better person through it instead of allowing it to destroy us, those are the type of thoughts that get you through and to the other side, to the type of thinking that I needed, that allowed me to be standing here in front of you, still able to smile, standing in the sun, enjoying this gorgeous day. It's getting a little hot, but I love the heat, so I can handle it. I do. I love the sun. Clearly, I'm all about being out in the sun. And I'm really excited to look back next year and read what I wrote during this time and just keep going and keep growing and growing alongside all of you. I look forward to what comes next. Until next time, Jill.